What's good, y'all? This your boy Blak G 92. Yeah, I just thought about something while I was watching something on YouTube earlier. I thought about just go ahead and knock out some content within the last week before Christmas and probably couple more days before. So then I have something to look forward to and watch while I enjoy the holidays. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Hope you guys are enjoying this whole holiday season as well, because it's a time, just be thankful and be merry around those that love you the most, whether it's around family, friends, relatives, you name it, as well as co-workers, depending on what job you work at, because the job I'm at, it's only maybe a select few people that I feel merry to be around, but everyone else, but I do wish them the best, of course, but I'd rather not be around most of them, say, outside of work. Let's just say that. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do a reaction to a video that Ruined Leon made 10 days ago, titled "Loveless Americans Mad Manga Didn't Give Them a Gay Romance." And just on the title itself, I already know it's gonna be some sharp, witty, and humorous commentary from Ruined Leon, because he is great at what he does, and I want to just laugh at the idiocy of these Americans getting mad at a manga not including a romance involving gay people, which not every medium needs that. You know what I mean? It's not a requirement for manga or, say, movies or anything like that. Now, if it's part of the story, there's one thing, but if it's like this hand-fisted, then it's a whole nother story. It's just not genuine. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch the video in about 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to do something I probably shouldn't do, which is make a prediction about the outcome of this video. I'm making the bold prediction that no matter what I say in this video, based on the subject matter, we are all going to agree. I know we all like to disagree. I know we all like to make it better. I know we all like to pretend that we have all pieces of knowledge to have conversation, even when it's pointless, but I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my loins. It's hard thinking about it. That maybe, just maybe, throughout all the common sense semen that I've inseminated into your minds, we will finally all collectively understand each other with no combativeness whatsoever, because we're all rational human beings. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm expecting to be disappointed. I understand that in the climate of today's society, we have a bunch of people who are fixated on wanting things to be the way they want, without actually explaining anything in coherent detail. They just want things exactly the way they want it, and if they don't get it, it's somebody else's fault, and they must make it known that it's everyone's problem because they didn't get what they want. And there's no greater example of such a thing than in shipping of fictional characters. What is shipping, Leon? I've never heard of something like that. It's when one character in fictional aspects of entertainment and another character in fictional aspects of entertainment are brought together by the basis of random people on the internet. And there is no greater equator of such nonsense than in an anime known as My Hero Academia that ended recently, and yes, it ended terribly. Don't argue with me. It was probably one of the most slap-in-the-face endings under any concept, and I'll bore you with the basic subject matter and context. If you start a story by having a character wanting to be a hero, and they can't be a hero because of genetics, and then at the complete end of the story, after everything that's gone on, all I learned from it is you could just pay to have a suit and be a hero, you drastically ruin a lot that is going on in that story. But that's a rant for another day.
I bet. And it doesn't sound inviting as well, because I've been meaning to start My Hero Academia, but I just haven't got around to it. So many different anime I've been watching, and I kind of missed out on My Hero Academia, but I might get around to still watching it anyway. And damn, I had no idea that ended that terribly. That just like everything that, say, based according to what he says, like you just slap on a suit and become a hero. It's like, damn, what a way to end guessing a very engaging story, I suppose.
Characters in this story, specifically the main character and his rival slash best friend slash bully, who a lot of weirdos have been hoping and in their minds demanding that they end up in a gay relationship. What's the context? Oh, basic interactions that they've had in the story that normal people will think, oh, this is how this is going to go throughout the story. He starts off as a bully, then he confesses how wrong he was about this, and then they end up being friends. I gotta specify friends because Jesus Christ, a lot of people think that they belong together.
Let me see. Do you guys think Koski is happy. Do you genuinely think he's content with his life after Izuku realized his feelings were for I mean, how you pronounce it? Ochako getting number 15 spot on the hero board, even though he spent every minute of his life chasing number 1. Do you think he looks at Scar every day, feeling bad that Ed shot after sacrificed so much for himself that Bakugo just for him to not be number 1 and not feel content? Do you think he blames himself because he was tied inferiority comp? It was not for this fall. Like, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit.
Jesus Christ, a lot of people think that they belong together in gay romance. These are high schoolers, by the way. And at the end of the story, guess what happens? Nothing. They don't become gay lovers. They don't have a kiss. They don't share any intimate moment that would warrant anyone thinking relationship. But there was some copium or hopium, depending on who you ask, where a volume was going to come out with extra details about the story. And people were excited. People were hoping for the context of maybe we're going to get our gay ship happening. And they were all excited. And then the volume came out. And it wasn't what those people wanted, even to the point where one of the main characters seemingly got into a relationship with a woman. Oh my God, straight love has indoctrinated the ecosystem. And you would think that in a story that is completely fiction, where in that story you are seeing more romantic elements between boy and girl instead of boy and boy, you would think a lot of people would see that and think rationally about it.
Right.
But you'd be wrong.
What? Is this bitch serious?
Guys, if you're...
Is that bitch serious? I shouldn't have said that about her. I shouldn't have said that about that young lady. I apologize, but damn, is that young lady serious?
Unlimited 2% cash back.
Hey, it's not that big of a deal. Just find a show that has those elements in it.
You've seen more in your 16 years than most people seen in their entire life.
Now, this movie looks promising. All right, I ain't gonna watch the commercial again.
Guys, if you're like me and you've been seeing this swirling around and you think it's real, I'm here to reassure you. This entire page of manga is not real and is fan-made, and I'm gonna explain to you why. We're gonna focus on this panel right here.
Okay.
The quality's bad, but we gotta work with what we have. Okay. Specifically, look at Izuku's face. Every one of them looks different, but he looks the most noticeably different. Katsuki's eyes look different. Kirishima's facial expression looks different, but specifically Izuku's face, that is not Horikoshi's style. Look at the wide eyes, look at the chubby cheeks. Just look everything about Izuku's face. Now I'm going to show you the real panel. This is consistent with how Horikoshi drew Izuku in the final chapter. His cheeks are completely different. His eyes are completely different. This is resembling Izuku in the final chapter. This is also resembling Katsuki more. The nose, the mouth, the eyes, everything about it, even Kirishima's face. Everything's different. The background, the shading. And now if you guys really want to get into my theory, I might not even think this is real either. There's a few reasons. The first being that it's consistent with the style that I'm showing you in the fake leak from the first panel and not consistent with the photos taken from like somebody's laptop. This looks nothing like how Horikoshi has been drawing Izuku. For reference, let me pull out chapter 430 Izuku. This is how Izuku has been drawn. That looks nothing like Izuku was drawn in the last chapter. Why would Horikoshi switch up so much? And look, I find a lot of things fishy about the final chapter, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, immediately when I saw this yesterday morning, I thought it was fake. Like, I did not think it was real. But when everyone's saying it's real, and Rukasu and Ever are saying it's real, even though they're not very reliable, I just believed it. But until December 4th actually comes and the official chapter comes out, I'm not believing really any of this or taking any of it at face value. And I'm certainly not believing that Izuku rejected Katsuki's offer to join his agency, because that would be the biggest butcher to Izuku's character and so out of character. Like, I can't put it into words.
Let me see, what did it say?
I'm sorry.
Because they are too cool and too much well-written characters for him to end up being gay. I mean, right. And plus, not to mention, well, I won't say it like that, but I I don't want to say like that, but like I said, there's a thing called friendship, and not every friendship ends up being a relationship. I mean, some people end up being good friends, and what's wrong with two guys just being friends in the fictional work? I've noticed this on like Twitter or such. People want to ship people, two guys, is clearly just friends in the fictional work and hoping they just end up banging one another. It's kind of a weird kind of phenomenon. It's like they're clearly not showing any signs of being intimate, want to take it any step further than just a close friendship. You know, get what I'm saying? It's okay to have that in your work. I don't get what
this comment. This is a person that's trying to say they're not homophobic, but then they turn around and say that
because they are too cool and too much of well-written characters for them to end up being gay.
Oh, so well-written characters can't be gay. Okay, buddy. And immediately you cannot be a cool person if you are gay. And that's a homophobia. Do you even realize how ignorant you sound? Please go back to the 1950s because that is where you belong, sir. You do not belong in the 21st century. You are a hateful individual that is perpetuating hate by saying that a character cannot be well-written because they are queer. I don't care if you don't think you have any hatred in your heart for gay people. You do, because you're leaving comments like this on my video. At the end of the day, I really couldn't care less what's going to be canon, because my ship does have 50,000 fics on AOD.
I mean, it's just called headcanon. It's not official canon. Unless the writer of said work, like in this case, My Hero Academia, says so, then you're shipping, like, fan edit isn't going to be canon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. Like, this is how it works. This is not how any of it works. You know, just because you think they should hook up doesn't mean the writer wants to do so. You know, it's up to the writer to do that. You know what I mean?
And it's the most popular ship in all of anime right now. However, I do care that...
Where is it even the popular ship? Like, granted, I haven't followed the show, but I haven't seen none of that on my timeline. So, yeah, try again, honey.
Using Izuocha being canon as an excuse to be blatantly homophobic. And I won't be stopping making videos anytime soon, so if you want to camp in my comment section, go ahead. And this is truly what I was afraid of Izuocha becoming canon, because the community is so hateful to anybody that does not ship Izuocha.
What? Part of me thinks... I ain't gonna say part of me thinks. Let me go ahead and... I'm going to finish watching it. This copium that's going on.
If Izuocha is canon, that is a loveless marriage. Hi guys.
How do you know? You just saw one panel. That's it. Get over it.
Why I took it down? So, firstly, I still stand 10 toes down in my opinion. No one can change that.
Lord.
I'm not going to waver because, like, people are annoying. But I took it down because it went to the complete opposite side of TikTok that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be for our community, but obviously...
Well, young lady, if you know anything about the internet, once you post it, it's going to be available for everybody, not just your little group or a little group or your little, like, say... What was it? What's the word? Or your fandom. It's going to go everywhere. People going to have say what they want to say, like, based on what you post. That's just how the internet works. Like, you don't just post something and just hope it doesn't spread everywhere. It's everyone's. Once you say your opinion, it's everyone's business.
Hands on it. And their comments did not get to me. I have seen these comments over and over and over again. It's the same, like, 3 to 4 comments every single time. But it just got annoying, you know? Like, I went to sleep last night and I woke up with 900 hate comments. 900. I tried to filter as many comments as I could, but, like, it got too much. Third thing, I kept getting comments being like, it's not that serious, it's not that deep, it's literally just pixels, they're just fictional characters, they're just blots on paper, calling me jobless. You can have a hobby outside of a job. I hope you know that. You could go to work and then come home and still have a hobby and still post online what you feel in your opinions. So I don't even know why that comment was fucking made. And lastly, I like to address the racist comments that I got. Seeing comments telling me that it's not that deep is...
And I wonder, now... oh boy. I wonder what kind of hate comments that she got. Because I guarantee it probably is more so not that serious, not that deep. Because it really isn't.
That serious. When genuinely all I'm doing is posting a headcanon, which if you look at my account, that's all I do is post skits and headcanons. Seeing those comments next to people saying Bakugo would call me the N-word with a hard ER. Seeing people calling me the N-word with a hard ER. Now, tell me which side's taking things too far. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'm going to be posting my regularly scheduled content very soon, okay? Just let all this shit, calm down.
You lonely motherfuckers need to understand something. If you are truly in this bubble where you're thinking that what you want is going to be what happens, you're blatantly not looking at the story
At all.
I know finding love is difficult for everybody in this
It
world,
is.
including me. But you know what I do when I struggle to find love? I go on a date. I actually just go talk to a woman so that I could, as the kids say, riz them up so that they can be attracted to me. What I don't do is look at fictional stories and demand they be exactly what I want, beat for beat for beat for beat. And somehow the story is ruined to the point I get in the fetal position and start crying into the ether and start trying to overly explain works of fiction. And I could side with you if you weren't so batshit lunacy about it. If you were to just say, hey, I wanted a gay relationship in this media, in this form, that never gave me any example of that between the characters I specifically wanted, or even side characters for that matter, and I didn't get what I want, and I say, oh, but the story was still good. No, we gotta have all these outliers and speak in these candid ways to make it seem like we're normal when you're not. You're a lonely American sitting in a chair bitching over drawings. These are fictional characters. These are not characters who hold any type of weight past a certain point, because I could understand connecting with characters, but when you're overly wanting them to be connected to each other sexually or romantically because you thought you saw something in a story.
And I say strong emphasis on the sexual part, because the people that just posted their little complaints about the main character hooking up with the with the girl, whatever, at the end of the last chapter of My Hero Academia is I guarantee you want to see all type of graphic depictions of old dude hooking up with his rival friend and all that, because that's what they mainly want is all the graphic nitty gritty. Heavy emphasis on the sexual aspect, and romance may come sometime. Well, they may come in a package deal, but I have to throw it out there.
Everything about, I'm sorry, but you look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Wingman Bakugo. We get Bakugo encouraging Deku to talk to Ochako. Because I'm sorry, even if Izuku is straight, you can't tell me that Bakugo is, and that Bakugo's not a little in love with him.
Cuddle up and cozy down. Punch chocolate chip and sugar cookies this holiday season.
Man, you want to read that or should I?
Plus, we really got this scene, which is Ochako being haunted by Toga even after 8 years, because she still is acting like she's in love with Deku. Girl, get out of the closet now!
Get out the closet, she says. She got goo gaga eyes over this man just by seeing him train.
There is no possible way that there are over 10,000 people mad about this actually being canon. For me, I always try to give every single fandom a benefit of a doubt until there's just no point of defending them anymore. I don't think it's got to the point with My Hero yet, because usually people over exaggerate how bad the fandom is when there's only a few bad apples.
Yeah, I'm back at it. Well, unfortunately, I had to clear up some space, so let's go ahead. I decided to rewind it a little bit so we can start over at the 10-13 mark. So let's go ahead and just finish this on up.
Because I could understand connecting with characters, but when you're overly wanting them to be connected to each other sexually or romantically because you thought you saw something in a story that you thought you knew everything about, I'm sorry, but you look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We also get Wingman Bakugo.
For
we get
real.
Bakugo encouraging Deku to talk to Ochako. Because I'm sorry, even if Izuku is straight, you can't tell me that Bakugo is, and that Bakugo's not a little in love with him.
Man, you want to read that or should I?
Plus, we got this scene, which is Ochako being haunted by Toga even after 8 years, because she still is acting like she's in love with Deku. Girl, get out of the closet now!
Get out the closet, she says. She got goo gaga eyes over this man just by seeing him train.
There is no possible way that there are over 10,000 people mad about this actually being canon.
Damn,
For me, I always
really?
give every single
10,000 people? That is insane. That's losing their minds, and 10,000 is a lot of people from a fandom, and it's not gonna make the other percentage of the My Hero Academia look look like pleasant people to be around. And holy shit, them 10,000 didn't think straight.
benefit of a doubt until there's just no point of defending them anymore. I don't think it's got to the point with My Hero yet, because usually people over exaggerate how bad the fandom is when there's only a few bad apples. But over 10,000 of y'all blocked him because of what he wants in his show. Like, come on, dude. And this just goes to show that y'all really never true fans of the series. Bro.
At all.
Y'all just over-connected to characters that don't exist. And this goes for all fandoms, right? If you deliberately send hate to the creator over your selfish desires, what you want, bro, you're ruining the experience for everyone else in the fandom. Y'all must forget that these people are human too, right? They're human. Some humans are very impressionable. So imagine if that person reads the email, right? Reads the hate email, and now the whole course of the story is changed because now he's angry at what you said to him, and now he's taking it out on all of his fans. Now, I'm not saying that has happened, but just imagine if that does happen in like the future for any future anime that comes out. Like, a lot of y'all really gotta look at the bigger picture behind all this, right? Because it's not just about you. It's not supposed to cater to just you and your small little group of people that want certain things in the show. At the end of the day, it's his series and he's allowed to do whatever he wants to do with his series. Point blank and simple.
Statistically, this is supposed to be the part where I tell you go touch grass and get some ass, and I will do that. But first, I'm gonna be nice to you because.
And I would definitely gladly say that. Like, they definitely need to go get some ass, like, get their cheeks clapped or bump coochies, whatever it is they're into, like, something. Like, go hit up a bar, touch grass, dive in the pool, or a lake preferably. Something.
And that connecting with stories is important because
of course,
that's what makes a story good, when you're able to connect with it, when you're able to follow the development of several characters and their progress from chapter 1 to the final chapter of the story. But I would actually want to hold your hand when I say this. If you spent a good concerned effort and amount of time to fixate on hoping that in a main story, not in your fan fiction, but in the main story, characters end up together in your gay romantical senses of fiction, you drastically need to go back and read the story, because I did, and I couldn't find any fucking example of these two potentially pulling each other's pants down and fucking and kissing at the end of the story. What I saw was common nerd loser character who's the main character getting bullied by side character or at least secondary main character, and as the story progressed we understand the relationship of bully and bullied victim to eventual casual friends who know of each other based on the bond they have of basically ending the career of a fucking superhero. And that was really all it was. No moments in time, no subtle head touching of the neck, no, none of this. It was never there. And to think that it was, or to argue for it for this long of a fucking time, was embarrassing. And you people are weird, and this is going to be the part where I tell you to go touch grass and go get you some ass. Because the more you do that, the more you won't fixate and overreact when you don't get what you want in a fucking story. And I will even tell you this, if you want that so much, I'm pretty certain there's gay romance stories, not just in anime, but in regular stories that are made in America. Will they be as good? Probably not. They'll be better because they will be fixating on the relationship primarily and not casually fucking over villains and the dynamics of being a superhero throughout 100+ chapters. But that's beside the point. And again, a rant for another day. Go get you some love. It's out there for all of you. I hope you all find love, whether it be in the romantic sense or in a friendship sense. And I will see you all in the next one. Subscribe. Goodbye. Mwah.
Hey, another great video from Ruin Leon, man, and that was a great final message as well, because yeah, these people definitely need something. Like, they need some help, for serious help. And oh boy, let me see what people saying. They made eye contact. Gay. That's what I be seeing on the timeline too. That's what I be seeing on the timeline about, and just even, and not even related to, say, My Hero Academia, just other forms of media as well, in America as well as worldwide. They say if they want it gay, there's an entire genre called yaoi for their wants. Yep, that and yuri. Like, I think yuri's for lesbian. I think yaoi's for gay. I think this yaoi's like the gay genre of, say, anime and manga, I guess. I know yuri is just like mainly lesbian, so we got those two genres. And of course, they got gay romance type shows, movies, and what may have you out there for them to watch. Why isn't he in a relationship with that guy who bullied him for years? This alone says so much. It really does. Basically, they want an abusive type of relationship being reflected. They didn't even think straight. They not think, the people that had issue with those folks did not think this whole way through. If they want the gay romance so bad, they could keep doing what shippers have always been doing, writing fan fiction. That too. Just write the fan fictions. Oh boy, I can read these comments all day. They're hilarious. Very hilarious. Very, very hilarious. If you want to hear more Ruined Leon's commentary, which I plan on maybe doing 2 more of these, because man, the way he handles the craziness from all sides of not just the political eye, but just in the real world is just hilarious and then insightful. And I'm there just along for the ride, just to get my own little 2 cents as well. Let me know in the comment sections below. And hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. And also, be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, which will be posted in the description box below. And before I sign off, I'd like to let y'all know that I also plan on doing a entire month starting January of reacting to like songs and music videos for like a certain artist. And I'm thinking I might do like a whole month of just reacting to Sade's first album as well as maybe her second album if it permits. Depends on how many videos I upload throughout that week, because my job be kicking my ass, and like unless I have anything else going on in my life. So that's just my announcement I like to make. This is your boy Blak G92, about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.